More fun?
A lot more fun. You know, we got to thank God for this one. We're on our knees the whole team, the whole time. Last week was a tough week for us. You know, I got to do this. I got to take my hat off to Coach Levine. I think he got a great team, great attitude. You know, I like his team a lot. I thought they played well. You know, they had a couple things happen to them early, just like we did. But I thought our kids rallied back from last week, especially after losing Monroe. You know, I just felt, that was one thing we really learned from last week. Monroe didn't. Last week Gilbert got thrown out of the game for targeting, and this week Monroe, but our kids really rallied behind it.
The play of Perry Nickerson there at the end of the game, obviously they had rolled straight down the field. You guys needed a big play.
Outstanding. You know, this is one of those young men one of those freshmen, redshirt freshmen that's really, really plays unconscious. You know, he's always around the ball. He's always, he's still learning. It was just an outstanding play. He undercut the throw and made the catch, and it was just great.
With as frustrating as this offense has been most of the season, to get the kind of performance you got, with the exception of about 2 minutes there, how proud are you of Tanner, and what does this say about where this is going?
You know, and I'm proud of those young guys and Tanner and, all those guys. You look at what Dontrell's doing. If you ask me, Dontrell, I would never thought that he would be that good, able to play that much. Dante Butler had an outstanding game. And you turn around and you look at, these young freshman receivers, all those guys made a major contribution. And Tanner made some plays for us this week, and he's getting better and better every week.
Was this the type of game this is the team you've been seeing in practice that wasn't showing up on Saturdays for the most part? But I mean, when you see that happen today, does it give you kind of confidence as this program continues on?
Well, I don't know how much confidence it gives you, but it just gives you, it's like we really working towards something that we're doing. We saw with, like you say, practice. It's been difficult to go to practice every week, and every week it seems like, we mess it up, we turn it over, we do something silly, and now all of a sudden, you finally put one together, and you played well enough to beat a really, really good football team.
You had a lot of the exact same mistakes that happened last week, but nothing. You guys bounced back from all of them. The turnover at the end of the half, the ejection of Monroe, those kinds of things. What is it saying about this locker room?
They're learning. They're learning. They're not giving up. The one thing I'm most proud about this team, they never give up. You don't see guys moo-mooing. You don't see guys at practice. They come out, they try to play as hard as they possibly can. Sometimes we get out athlete, but for the most part, these kids are with us and they playing and they moving in the right direction.
What did Tanner do better today than he's done all season to really?
I thought he not just managed the game, but I thought he seized some opportunities. We got down on the goal line. He threw the fade route perfect to Leandre. A couple critical first downs that we got. It was 3rd down and 8 or 3rd and 7, and I mean he just made some plays where I hadn't seen that since Ryan Griffin.
Okay, talk about the offensive line kind of reasserted itself in the second half. The first half, U of H kind of pushed them around, and what did they do different in the second half?
Well, I thought our offensive line, we gave them more opportunities to run the ball, and then we ran with some movement also. We motioned and did some things to get them a little bit off balance. I thought their defensive front played outstanding. I don't think we just played toe-to-toe with them, so we moved them around. We added another tackle to play as a tight end also to get us more beef up front. And then our kids begin to get some more energy when we got a couple first downs, and the backs ran really well.
Is this some of the best protection you've seen since you've been here as far as pass protection?
Absolutely. I think those young kids are really playing well for Coach McDonnell. 3 sophomores and a junior and 1 senior, and then Santa Maria had to come in and play in a pinch, and I thought he played well.
Okay, what did you see happen on the onside kick? It looked like y'all had it, and then it just bounced away.
To be honest with you, I really didn't see it. I saw the ref throw the flag because the guy kind of went offside. He went offside. He threw the flag. Then he picked it up, and I was like, "Well, what are you doing?" And then all of a sudden, the kick was made, and I didn't. I really didn't see it. I just saw the flag go down. I saw a guy pick it up and give me an explanation or something. I don't know why he threw it and picked it up. That's what I was concerned about. But I thought they did a good job scrambling for it. It was a brilliant idea for the special teams coach how to work that with those 2 kickers and doing that deal. I thought it was outstanding. We're going to steal that from them.
The amount of freshmen you have. Do you ever look on the field and say, "Look, there's 3 freshman receivers. I got 2 freshman tight ends. I got a freshman quarterback, freshman." I mean, it really is. It's such a young team. Does it take this much time to kind of grow into yourselves? I
would hope not, but it seemed like it does. These young kids, they learning more and more each day, and I'm telling you, it's in the making. I think those kids are going to be really good players for us.
Excited to have a flight back?
It's going to be a nice flight. First one.
It's all about plastering your coverage in that kind of situation. And I saw the eyes of the quarterback looking at the receiver, so I just jumped in.
Yeah, I mean, when Tanzel chases him out of the pocket, does that give you guys a pretty big advantage?
Yeah, that's a lot of help. Pressure from the D-line and the knee coverage from the linebackers. They give a lot of help.
It seemed like all game, as every time they drove down inside the 25-30 yard line, came up with a play. What is to that defense, the bend but don't break kind of defense?
I mean, it's pretty hard to score in the red zone. So we practice a lot harder. Well, in the red zone situation. So I mean, it translated to the game. We had a pretty good outcome.
What did it feel like the last? They get the onside kick. They had just gone down the field or going down the field again. Did you feel a little helpless at any point? Did it feel like you're kind of on your heels?
You just gotta have amnesia. We just kept our head in the game and kept playing and came up with a big play.
Okay, how much does it hurt the defense that you're kind of on your heel at the end, you're kind of sucking up for win because you've had 2 consecutive series? What do you have to draw to kind of to keep your mindset in that situation?
I mean, gotta talk to each other, communicate, make sure everybody on the same page. That pretty much helped the defense.
When you get carried off the field by your teammate, he's picking you up, lifting you off the field. I mean, this has been a difficult season in a lot of ways. That it must have made up for some of those not so fun games.
Yeah, that was a pretty good feeling. I mean, it was a dog fight. We got our first home away win game, so it felt good.
Thanks, Barry.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Tanner approves. What was different today? The offense just seemed so composed, with the exception of about 2 minutes there. What were you guys doing differently?
I think it was just how we practiced this week and how we really approached a lot of our weaknesses as far as third downs and red zone, and penalties and just being disciplined. And I think we did that. I think we won penalty battle, turnover battle, time of possession. Well, we're 10 of 16 this week, 3 of 13 last week. So I mean, all those things correlate to a win. Of course, you have to make it interesting, but I couldn't be happier.
Was there a time earlier this year where the end of that first half would have really been a problem for you guys coming out of the locker room? Have you guys matured as a team since then?
I think that was a big turning point for us because that's been something that we've had to talk about during the week. When things happen in the first half, and especially you get a field goal there, go into half down. We stayed really positive. The locker room is different. I think the guys said we're not going to let this happen again. We feel good out there. We know we can win this game, so we're just going to kind of go out and take it.
Teddy has a couple mistakes, but you keep throwing the ball to him. You got a ton of freshmen out there. Do you need to continue to show that kind of confidence? Does it help the young team?
The first thing you got to do when guys like that make mistakes or have a drop, you just got to go straight to them and let them know I'm going to come back to you. I mean, you're going to get open again, and we're going to need you to make another play because you're the guy. Like Teddy's our guy right now. That's probably my #1 target. I have a lot of trust in Teddy, and he told me he was good. I'm good. I'll make a play. So I have a lot of trust in him.
The way this offense had played, you guys were moving the ball but unable to put points up. What was the difference today where all of a sudden, Dontrell gets a big play, but you guys were so efficient in the red zone? Was there a big difference? Were you seeing guys more open?
A little bit, but Coach Eric Price before the game just kind of let us know how hungry we really got to be to get into the end zone. So I think when we got to the red zone, it was just a different mindset. We just kind of turned it on, and we were going to get in this week. We weren't going to let it happen again.
There's a lot of pressure on Dontrell coming in without Sherman and without Cedric. How do you feel he performed today?
You can't ask for anything better, especially that last 3rd and 10. We told him, we don't really want to kick a field goal right now. 4th and 10, it'll be left hash, 30-something yard field goal. Broke 2 tackles, got the first down. Gave Duraco an easy shot, but he played great, and all those guys just lifted him up all week. and making sure you're fine, you got it, you'll take it, and I think he just made the most of his opportunity.
How much did it help you once the offensive line started inserting itself in the second half? Because they started, they were giving up, containment a lot in the first half. In the second half, they started protecting you a lot better.
Yeah, I think it was just we made a few adjustments at halftime, and I got all the faith in the world in those guys. They have a lot of chemistry. And I make calls. I really am comfortable knowing that they're picking up what I think they're picking up, and they do. So I have no reason to have anything but faith in them.
And you got more holes, and they opened more holes in the second half, so that kind of re-energized your running game after the first half.
Yeah, it was the first time in a while. Houston in the first half really stuck it to us in the running game. And they were just swarming. Every time I handed it off, I feel like they were just tagged, couldn't go anywhere. But in the second half, we just stayed with it, found what was working, and just kind of pounded.
Is that the best you've been protected all season as far as the offensive line seemed to play an almost perfect game?
Yeah, I think the past few games we haven't. The quarterback Stephen Nick, when he played, didn't get hit much. They really are coming together, and it's comforting.
And the last drive there, they get the onside kick. What's going through your head as they get back on the field? You guys are just winded.
Yeah, I knew they had the momentum, but I knew we were still all right because we just play our defense. And the whole game, I felt like we did a great job of stopping big plays, and we knew they were just going to give them the underneath routes. But man, there's just one play, and then that penalty just made it crazy. And I'm so happy we won.
You've been in this program for a long time. You guys have had some pretty crazy games. This has got to rank right up there with the Heartstoppers.
Yeah, the only other game that compares is probably ECU from last year. It just felt so good not to go into overtime. It was a crazy game.
If this game had gone in overtime, how difficult do you think that would have had?
It'd been tough because we had injuries. Debo's out. I don't even want to think about it. But yeah, I'm so happy we won. I'm so proud of everybody. We needed this.
What does it say about the toughness of this team? The last 2 minutes of the first half, obviously, were in kind of an implosion. To be able to come back out the half, get a stop, and then the offense rolls. Yeah,
at halftime, I thought we did a really good job of collecting everybody together, and we knew we were all right. We just needed the offense to make some big plays, and they did, and they got us that lead. I thought we responded really well after that because they really didn't score until the last 2 minutes.
How impressed were you with when Darian went out with what LeBeau was able to do, and then what Leonard Davis was able to do?
Yeah, I know it was big. I got confidence in them. Fall camp, I said either one of them could start. I feel comfortable, and it was terrible losing him, but those other guys stepped up really well.
Coming into this game, you knew there was going to be more focus on you. This was no Sherman or little Sherman and no Zedrick. How did your mindset change kind of coming into this?
It stayed the same as always. Always ready to play. And when numbers called, just got to perform.
Was there a moment where it felt like you were kind of breaking through? I know that the touchdown pass, obviously, but then was there a moment in the second half where you felt like you guys were running downhill a little bit?
Yeah, it's just that confidence that you got to have. That main focus, you got to win this game. That's the only thing you really worry about. Not too much other stats, but once you mainly focus on that, you'll be good.
How did you feel this offensive line? Did this hole start to open up a little bit more as the game wore on? Did you kind of sense that?
Yeah, just like as my confidence builds, their confidence builds. Once they see me moving up, any running back that's in up, start to get on the road, their confidence go up to the roof.
What are you hearing from the other running backs on the sideline? Obviously, they want to be out there, but are they kind of coaching you up? They
encourage me. They let me know anything I did wrong. If I missed a hole or I made the wrong cut, they let me know. They own me. Everybody is a unit here.
You obviously haven't been here a long time, but to get a win like this compared to the rest of the season, how does it feel in that locker room, and how does it feel as a team to kind of get that monkey off your back?
To say I haven't been here a long time, it kind of make me feel like I've been here a long time, but as far as like that, it's a big win. It's much needed.
Onside kick, what kind of happened there in that situation? They were switching up where they were going, and you guys, just kind of explain what happened on that play.
Yeah, in the beginning, it was switching up. But once they called timeout, once we called timeout, we was lined up good. Then that's just one of the plays. You just kicked it hard, and I didn't feel it good.
Is it just hard to play that off a bounce like that, the way it knuckles and all those kinds of things? It's just difficult to read.
Yeah, no matter who you is, I mean that's just hard to play. You never know. It's a football. I don't even know what kind of shape it is. It's just hard. You never know where it's gonna bounce.
The way that Perry responds, the way your defense responds. I know you came out of the game for a second onto the sideline. Were they checking you to see if you were hurt? What was before you ran back out there? What kind of happened on that drive? It looked like it was a little helter-skelter for you.
Oh, that was right after the onside kick. I mean, they were making sure my head was okay. I didn't really have a concussion or anything like that, but I mean, I got back in.
How difficult was that drive, though? I mean, they had been back on the field. You guys have been on the field for a long time, and how much did that take composure to get that stop?
It was very difficult. I mean, they're a spread offense, so they're going to be able to drive it down the field. I mean, that's just the type of offense they have. And we just had to try to contain them and win a game.
How proud are you of a guy like Perry, young guy? People didn't know if he was going to play again earlier this season. To have the season he's having right now, I mean, what do you say?
Oh, I'm very proud of him. I mean, I encourage him every day in practice. I'm on him, making sure he's getting better, and just like everybody else. I mean, I try to encourage him, tell him if they throw it at you, you got to pick it off. I mean, he beat me now as a freshman. I mean, I had 5, now he got 6. I mean, and I'm happy for him. I mean, I want him to get a lot. I want him to get way more. We still have games coming up, and he's just that type of player. If you throw it at him, he's gonna pick it off.
LeBeau and Leonard Davis, those guys coming in after Debo gets ejected from the game. What does that say about the depth of the secondary?
I mean, we deep. I mean, we go out there and we play for each other. I mean, that's the biggest part. I mean, when Debo got thrown out, we was like, we're gonna play for my brother, and that's what we did.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, man.
This is Nate Shinley.
They don't train me for this stuff.
Center. Post-game locker room for you, man. Welcome. Would you say this is the best you guys have pass protected this season, this game today?
We had a very good game pass protecting. Obviously, I think we gave up 1 sack, I think it was. So, we got to fix that. But it was a pretty good game pass protecting, yes.
Was there a moment where it felt like things were going downhill a little bit, where it felt a little bit easier, or that you guys were gelling at a level that you maybe haven't played after season?
They're a very good team, so there was never a downhill part to that. But on that after the turnover and we were going in and the drive that ended in a field goal, I mean, you could that drive and the drive before, you could really feel the O-line kind of gelling together.
What was the difference today? Was Tanner kind of making reads? Was he changing protections at all, or were you changing protections, or was it just everyone was just playing the top of the game?
It was just we didn't really shoot ourselves in the foot. We didn't have any penalties. We didn't. I think we only had 1 or 2 turnovers. We didn't really shoot ourselves in the foot. And our coach has been telling us, we have a very good offense. Just mental mistakes and things like that are killing us.
How impressive is it of this team to come back from what happened in the last 2 minutes of the first half and bounce back with the way you guys did it in the third quarter?
Oh, it's awesome. They're a very, very resilient locker room. Be able to, because it was they scored 10 points in like a minute and 30 seconds or something like that. So be able to bounce back from that really shows the fight that the team has.
That onside kick gets recovered. They're moving down the field. You're on the sideline, kind of helpless.
Yeah, give me a defibrillator, man. Our defense can play, man. They have a bunch of ball hawking secondary that can make plays. Our whole defense is phenomenal. So I had faith in them. I knew they were going to stop them.
How important is this just as a team, as a whole? Just how much did you guys need a day like this and a win like this?
It's a really big win, mainly because offense and defensively and special teams, we were really clicking. Just got to cut out 1 or 2 little mistakes there, like Teddy's fumble and things like that. But other than that, we were clicking on all cylinders. Very good.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks so much.
How you doing, all right?
How you doing?
I'm taking this with me.
That's yours. What were you guys? How difficult is it to play against a quarterback like that? He's obviously moving around so much. What did you do to contain him for such a large part of the second half?
We just had to go out there and we just had to, not even think about it. As we watched film, he was just making guys look crazy. We went out there and we just
playing our ears back and just went and go get after them. So we got them down by any means. With a guy like that, you got to do that.
You're late in the fourth quarter like that. They get the onside kick. How gassed are you? You know, trying to run after the quarterback for another possession.
Man, I thought I was about to pass him. I mean, that dude, he was quick, man. But we just had to get back that to him, man. When Perry made that play, I was about to lay down on the ground, just take all my pads all right there, I was about to leave.
How much does this team need this and this defense after the way last week went down? And so many things that went wrong last week seem to go right today. When Monroe gets ejected, you'll bounce back quickly. Those kinds of things. How did it, what did it say about this team?
Because we've been through that before now since we saw it last week, so we know what we had to do then. We know we have to adjust. Everybody had to step up when they got to come fill in at the spot. And I think the young guys played well. Darren Williams played well, man. He played outstanding. So it was great for everybody to gel together and make it happen.
It seemed like every time that they marched down the field to 30, 35-yard line, you guys were able to come up with a play. Is that a mentality? Is that just, you're looking to make plays? What's kind of the difference there?
Yeah, everybody got that mentality on our defense that we're not about to let them score. Bend but don't break, and that's what it is, and it worked out for us.
Yeah, and what was the part you come away with most impressed from your defense? Is it the way you guys stop the run? Is it the way you contain that quarterback?
How relentless we played, man. It was like they couldn't do anything, man. That's a lot of athletes on their team. It's like they couldn't do anything. They played relentless, and I loved it.
You excited to have a fun flight back home?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a nap.